Hello everybody, welcome to another beautiful Minecraft morning. Today we have a few things going on. I've been hard at work. Our quarry is almost done. I've tweaked our nuclear reactors, and I've finished Thumbcraft research. So, let me show you a little what I've done here. It's not too much. You might see I've been moving ore nodes. I've set up the decanting golem, got a bunch of aspects, set up this little enchanting thing here. Not sure we'll get around to using it, but essentially you can put your wand in there, put your item in, and select the enchants that you want on it, and it follows standard enchanting rules, but it actually costs more depending on what level enchants you have, and it scales accordingly, and it draws V's instead of using experience, so it's pretty useful, but only under certain conditions. I have enchanted all of my foci, and I've actually gotten the telekinesis foci because I wanted to see what it did, and I gotta say, I kind of like it. So what it is that you have it on there, and you hold right click, and that allows you to manipulate items. Now they have to be in the item form. Now you might say, well, that's not terribly useful. This is true, but you can hit shift, or hold shift rather, and it pulls them to you, and it gets them in a pretty long range. So say you're doing this, and boom, easy harvest of all your stuff. Let's actually toss that in here. Okay, next is we've got our easy way to recharge, and I have been all over. I don't think there is another ore node around here. If there is, then I'm completely oblivious, but I've looked and found pretty much every ore node that I can find and moved it here. It's taken a while. I've been doing that in and out, waiting for my reactors to create materials so that I could upgrade one of them. Now, while we're still out here, I am going to show you something else that I did. For one, you'll notice all these warding stunts. That's because golems were falling off, and we were getting zombies and creepers up here, which is never a good thing. So I've got a pretty decent tree farm setup going here. So it keeps a minimum of 64 saplings in there. You do that with translocators because diamond on it, the little diamond nugget, tells it to regulate. It'll either keep it in there or make sure it has that on whichever side it's in. So if I had it on this side, so if I put diamond on this side, it would try to keep whatever amount I put in there in this chest, and it would pull it from this chest. But that's not what we want. We want always to have the saplings so that this guy can replant them. And I've used thaumium just because I could. We've got a lot of resources now. Like, seriously, that Quarry is doing an awesome job. And I have been mining off and on. So, yeah, that's the tree farm. Probably going to expand it or turn it into a forestry tree farm eventually. Mainly to support one of the things we've got going on in the basement now. But first, I have upgraded these, so I've added more overclockers to where it's very, very efficient now. It doesn't back up near as bad in the ore washing plant and the electric furnace. I've upgraded the autarkic gates on them so that they empty out faster and don't overflow. Let's see. I've been pretty regular on my coal coke, and we've got a lot of creosote oil, so whenever we want it, we have it. Next, let's take a look at what I've done for the reactors. that starts in here, where we're creating MOX nuclear fuel. Now, the reason you want to use MOX fuel is because it creates plutonium whenever you centrifuge the end result, the depleted rods. And it makes at least 6 per, and it has like the little nuggets as well. So it's going to make quite a bit. In fact, it's already made quite a bit. I've got this set to keep at least 32 plutonium in here, and it'll pull out anything over 32 and start making fuel rods with it. And when it gets the fuel rods, it'll make sure there's at least 7 of the dual fuel rods. Unfortunately, it made quite a bit before I realized my derp and actually fixed it. But essentially, I wanted to keep at least 32 so that we can make more of these RTGs to get more free energy, essentially. So we filled up 2 of them, so we need to put more in, and I'm probably just going to fill the wall right there with them, but we're not going to do that right now. So right here is what we've got, and in fact, I think I need, yeah, we need to get rid of that. Let me get my hazmat stuff back in here, because if I don't, I'm going to get radiation poisoning, and that is not fun. There we go. Let's take you off, put you on. Okay. Filter the MOX. And I think I've already told this thing to take out the depleted rods. So anyway, the MOX fuel seems to actually decay quicker than the uranium fuel, because the uranium was about this on the last cycle whenever I added this, and this has gone through like 2 cycles. So I mean, it's quite a bit faster in terms of decay. I'm not sure what it is like on energy output. I mean, we seem to be doing pretty well on energy. I've been shuttling energy back and forth to the quarry in Lapitron crystals, just because the cart can't quite keep up. We really do need to get the dual cart system going so that we can keep up with the power. But now on to the other bit. I have been warming up a boiler. Currently, I tossed in a couple blocks of coal, or stacks of coal coke to help get it warmed up. It's been going for quite a while. It's almost done. This is getting fed magic wood. So spread that out. But it's getting fed magic wood, which is making the charcoal. And currently, I've got it being fed automatically charcoal and peat, since we don't really have much using peat. All of this is under here. I set up a second pump for water because we've got a lot of stuff draining on this, and you do not want it to run out, especially on a boiler. So this is essentially just draining the ash, which we've got a ton of ash that we can use for later. And this is doing the same thing. Unfortunately, because of the placement of the engines, I couldn't really do much about it. But both are being controlled by this, so really the peat engines aren't running too long. As a result, we've got an excess of peat, like a major excess of peat. And I actually converted the entire farm to run off of peat. So I have also moved this over to here. And I've got this actually outputting anything that's in the AE system into here, at least some of the basics. We don't actually have too much of the stuff, but I have stocked it pretty well. And let's just tell it we want a iron and gate real quick. And that should kick on the engines, because now it's requesting a ton of power. As you can see, I'm kicking on one by one there. Oh yeah, that's good. That's real good. So yeah, all these are running at full power at the moment. I have connected both my Buildcraft energy systems. So this side and the original side are linked, and it is good. And it seems pretty efficient to me. And you might have noticed that little bit of glass in the floor here, where I've made a Tinker's Construct thing. So let me take you down there. Okay, there we go. Alright. So I'm using the liquid side of AE and automating the glass, the molten glass. But of course you still have to add it in there. And this will suck out any and all liquids that are in this. And you can then use it with an export bus and pump it directly into one of these or a casting table or whatever the heck you want to do. It's easy enough to disable. All I have to do is come down here and break this, and then it will just stay inside the internal tank. Once again, being fed by my lava in the nether. So let me get out of here again. Boop. Okay. Next. Was there a next? I think there was a next. Hello, cart. Good cart. Let's go take a look at the farm. Here we go. And as I said, I converted the entire thing to peat, which means I had to take out the old circuit board and make a new one, which not a big deal. Definitely not a big deal. And how are we doing here? We need more cobble, which I can certainly accommodate the cobble because I'm no longer voiding all of it. I actually had to upgrade the void chest because the increased quarry speed was overflowing our void chest. So I actually had to upgrade it by putting 2 autarkic gates on there and a void pipe to actually keep up with the flow. So it's pretty intense. So let me toss this stuff in here. There we go. I have actually made a 64K storage drive, but it is dedicated to cobblestone. Once that fills, I'm going to just put it in like an ME chest on its own little network so we have the cobble available, but I'm going to then void everything else. So it's going to take a while to fill this up, but it's only allowed cobblestone. I figure this way the rest of this is free to take on what it all needs. And I did have to make more of those storage drives. As you can see, we have a metric ton of copper. I mean, it's not even funny how much copper we've got. Just dump that in there. Then we have a decent amount of tin and iron. Not to mention all of the blocks, which, you know, we really don't need blocks for storage anymore. So I'm just going to take all these out and dump them back in. I think that's a good idea. This will actually give us a better idea of our amount of resources. We don't really need this much copper, I'll tell you that much right now. It is just a lot. Okay. And we've got steel, but what the heck. We'll take it out of the block form. There we go. Alright. Now what do we got? Not bad. Not bad at all. So I'm pleased with our amount of resources, and I've actually gotten clear glass here. So let's grab a bunch of that. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I did say that I wanted to replace all this glass with clear glass. And I still want to do that, so I'm actually going to do that right now. Thanks to the Wand of Equal Trade. My best friend. Oh yeah. That is looking so much better. So much better. I mean, look at that. That view's awesome. Alright. Let's do the basement. Boom. Now, isn't that view awesome now? Like, just so much better. Now we got to do the higher floors, which isn't a problem. There we go. Cool. One more floor. Come on. Oh, yep, those are micro blocks. Can't change them, but can change. Nope. I guess those are covers. Well, dang. Can't change any of them. Oh well, it'll add character. Okay, so yeah. Now that our base is spiffy, we can go ahead and check on the quarry, which, as I mentioned, is pretty close to done, but let's go ahead and turn it back to daytime. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so to the quarry. And let's see, how's our MFSU doing? Not bad. Not great, but not bad. Should be done pretty soon here, and I think the next area I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn it 90 degrees right here and do that whole side there. That way we can keep this set up and we can just redirect the power to right here, and that'd be good. So let's go ahead and jump down here and take a look. Whee! Let's turn on night vision. Oh yeah. Look at that. Come on. Don't drown. So it looks like we're around in the 20s now. So that is much deeper than yesterday. So we've actually gone 20 some odd levels, maybe more. So that's a significant improvement. And keep in mind, this is a max size quarry, and no, nothing's wrong with the screen. It's just the night vision goggles. Shall go away in a moment. There we go. And yeah, there we go. Alright, now I got my Lapotron crystals. So you might be asking, what is on the agenda for today? Well, I've been thinking quite seriously about it, and part of the reason that I have not been voiding cobble is because I would like to start generating UU matter. So if you aren't familiar with the IC2 changes, or you haven't looked them up, that kind of thing, UU matter doesn't work like it did before. Currently, UU matter is a liquid, so uumatter.name. But we still need a scanner, pattern storage, replicator, and a mass fabricator, if I recall, and yeah, and I think a recycler. We're definitely going to be using a recycler. So let's say we get some of this stuff together, and I may have to build another room for it, but I would like it close to our nuclear reactor. So, what to do? You know, might be... Well, we can have the UU matter stuff there. We don't have to have the storage there. We can actually probably do the storage with applied energistics, and I think that's actually what we're going to do. So, yeah. In fact, I think that will be the plan. So, let's go ahead and get some of this started. We have Lapotron crystals, obviously. I have 2 down there, and we've got 3 right here. So, let's go ahead and get some advanced circuits. Let me grab, let's just go ahead and cook up a whole mess of copper cables. We'll need them eventually. Next, we've got rubber. We're going to need iron plates. Let's grab some sticks. Just to speed things along, we're going to make another hammer. Get rid of you. Gonna need there we go. Should need oh dang it. Well, that'll work anyway. Oh well. Okay, good. So we don't have any machine casings already made, so we don't need to worry about that. But my question is, do we have any advanced alloy? No, we do not. So we're going to need to make it. So we need iron plates, bronze plates, and tin plates. Might as well make some spares, since we're making so many of them. So we've got tin. And let's go ahead and order up some bronze. Darn it. Kind of wish it showed this recipe in NEI, that way we could actually use it, but oh well. We'll just do it like this, it's no big deal. So now, we'll get 16 of you, probably more since there was some in there. Now, boom, boom, boom. Alright, I'm going to cook this up and some other things. Let's see, some of the copper should be done by now. I really need to put an overclocker in that. I've been putting it off because we don't use it too often. Okay, there we go. So now, alright, advanced circuit. Are you kidding? I hate that thing sometimes. There we go. Okay, so now we have the advanced circuit. Now let's see about what else we need for the mass fabricator. We need carbon plates, which means we're going to need to macerate up some coal. Which we can do that pretty easily here with our upgraded units. These should be done, which they are. There's one. And 7, 8. There's 2. That makes one of our things. We can go start cooking these up. I feel like Speedy Gonzalez running around like this. That's another thing. That's one reason we're doing this, is because I want the rest of the quantum armor. Because we need to go kill the Ender Dragon at some point. And the Wither and all of the happy, good time friends there. So that is on the agenda. So we will be doing that eventually, but I definitely want quantum armor to do so. Possibly even the gravity chest piece. So keep that in mind. 2, 2, and advanced machine casings. Alright. So we got glowstone that goes in the 4 corners. We have the advanced circuits, and we have the advanced alloys. So now we got the mass fabricator. Now we're going to have to make pattern storage. I'm not sure we can make a pattern storage, because you can't make reinforced stone yet. Ooh, that could be a problem. But I know we need a scanner. So let me go ahead and get the rest of the stuff that we need together and probably make the machines. And I'll be back whenever we're ready to put it all down and get going. Okay guys, I am back and I'm thinking that right around here is going to be a good spot for it. Possibly. However, I've also been thinking about maybe right here, actually in the nuclear reactor room, which, not a terrible idea, to be honest. Looks like all of these require a decent amount of power. And our MFSU puts out 2048, which means we'll need a MV transformer on them if we can't make upgrades for them. So, yeah, I'm thinking here would be good. So let's see, scanner, replicator. So waiting, waiting, waiting. So it looks like we can put upgrades in at least that and that, so let's see. The scanner was 512, so we can upgrade the replicator, but that doesn't really need it because that does 2048 on its own. The scanner will definitely need a transformer. So let's go make one of those real quick. Shouldn't take more than a few seconds. HV, 2 copper cables, and yeah, okay, so that's not bad at all. As you can see, I refilled our iron chest there. I don't know why I didn't use that before. I guess it just didn't really occur to me. Okay. Now, ooh, actually, do I have a transformer? I already had an MV transformer. I was hoping I had an HV transformer, but I don't think I do. I'm sitting here dancing around there. And there's the HV1 here, but we kind of need that. Well, actually, now I'm thinking about it, we don't. Because we now have power other than this. So we could actually keep these off, and in fact it looks like they're staying off for the most part. So yeah, why don't we just go ahead and disconnect that and steal the HV transformer. If I didn't go the wrong way. Hooray! Lustless. There we go, that's what we want. Okay, so now let's go down into the reactor room. Okay. So I will need to make a couple overclockers. Probably eventually. Like, I'll definitely want to for the mass fabricator. But for now, let's see. Get underneath here, like so. There's that. Grab some of these HV cables. And they should have power. And I'm stuck. There we go. I'm gonna have to fill that in. So this has power. All those should have power. Why does that not have power? Why do you not have power? Replicator. Oh, I see. It's just got a huge energy buffer. That makes sense. So let's say we get a piece of iridium. Our only remaining piece of iridium, apparently. And toss it in the scanner, see what happens. Looks like that's going to take a little while. And our mass fabricator's already started. So now I'm going to go ahead and run some stuff here. Because for these... Oh, I did not want to break outside. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. Now, we're going to have an export. Darn it. Okay, let's try that again. Export bus. That's what I meant by it being derpy. Okay, so now an import right here. Now we'll have this, and I'll run it over in this direction. Perfect. It's almost like I planned it. There we go. Now that will import any and all fluids coming out. And once we have enough for a bucket, I can program the export bus to export UU matter to here. So I'm going to go ahead and probably have to call the oh, what the energy loss. You shouldn't have energy loss. Oh, come on, you can't have can't have one of them? Well, that's frustrating. And I know both my reactors are running, and as you can see, this is almost all the way gone, so it's gone about halfway down when this has only gone about a quarter. So this goes down about twice as fast. Well, it doesn't seem to be impeding it, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But like I said, we're going to have to call the episode here. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. As always, if you have any requests to see different mods, or some kind of crazy contraption that you'd like to see me build or try to figure out, just let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do for you. But till next time, guys, you guys take it easy.